it's Friday, so it's another Friday Sews. Hello there, my name's Claire and this is Stitch Hem Sew. Thank you so much for joining me today for another episode of Friday Sews. So Friday Sews is where we talk all about sewing, things we've been making, perhaps things we might have been buying, and some plans. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please do give me a like, drop me a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd really love it if you would consider doing so. So in terms of my sewing, it's been a couple of weeks since I last uploaded a Friday Sew, so apologies that I wasn't around last week. I really wasn't feeling very well, and I definitely wasn't up for coming in front of the camera. It really wouldn't have been very attractive. So I did pop a little thing up on my community tab. So thank you so much to everyone who reached out to me to send me their well wishes. I'm feeling so much better, and thank you so much for your kind words. It's really greatly appreciated. So I've had a couple of weeks of sewing, some of which has been sort of interrupted obviously by not feeling very well, and it was also my older son's birthday a couple of weeks ago, but I have definitely managed to fit in some sewing, and I will share that all with you today. So the first thing is the top that I'm wearing, the shirt that I'm wearing. I spoke about this in my last Friday Sews about wanting to finish it off. I think I'd got to the point where I need to do the buttons and the buttonholes and hem the sleeves, possibly the bottom, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I've finished that off now. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. Helen's Closet patterns are fantastic to follow along with. Her instructions are really, really clear. Really sort of hold your hand. They're great sort of for beginners as well from that point of view, because they do really hold your hand. So I've gone for the short sleeve option, which is a slightly weird thing to do at this time of year, but I just thought with this fabric I can wear it in the summer as well, but I could also put, you know, a thermal underneath and pair it with a cardigan or whatever during the winter months. So this fabric was described as a viscose stretch fabric, and I bought it from the Fabric Revival, and so it has got a little bit of sort of give within it, if you like. It's a little bit of stretch there, which obviously just makes it really comfortable, and would be great if you were doing a slightly more sort of fitted shirt as well. And it was beautiful to sew with. It's a heavier weight viscose. It's more kind of on the weight, I guess, of a viscose twill, and it's sewed up beautifully. I used a Microtex needle because I didn't want to get any runs or anything, and that's worked really well. And I've used these little buttons here. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up, so I will try and get a picture of those. And those were just buttons that I had in my stash, but I thought the pink in them picked up the pink in the flowers as well, so hopefully you'll agree that that works out quite nicely. So I'm really pleased with this item, and I definitely will be looking to make some more. I think if you watched my last video, I spoke about the fact that I'd sort of loosely put the garment on, but obviously it didn't have buttons then, and my husband was a bit like, "Argh." Well, anyway, I've tried it on properly in front of him since, and he actually really likes it. So he just needed to see it, you know, properly finished and styled up. So that's good. But as lots of you said, and thank you for your comments, it doesn't matter what you think anyway, and I completely and utterly agree with that. And most of all, they generally don't have a huge amount of taste, do they, men? Actually, my husband has got reasonably good taste, but in that particular time he didn't have good taste. So in terms of other things that I've been up to, I've been sewing up a storm on making some gifts, because I'm part of the Vlogger Tour, which is the sewing challenge for #AGiftToNovember, and actually my video comes out tomorrow on Saturday the 19th, so please do go ahead and check that out tomorrow as well, and you'll see the things that I've been making. So I won't show them now, wait till tomorrow, and please do watch that video as well, but also obviously check out all the other ideas from all the other vloggers as well, because there has been some amazing ideas of things that people are sewing up. and there's definitely a good few that I've kind of committed to the memory bank to sew up in the future, because yeah, people have come up with some really lovely creative ideas, lots of different ideas for using up sort of small bits of fabric as well, which is really, really great. So another thing that I've been sewing up this week, and it was a bit of a quick panic sew, if you like. So it's Children in Need Day today in this country, and both my older son and younger son at their school and preschool had said that they need to wear something spotty. Now this had sort of passed me by, just hadn't picked up on it from the letters that had come, or the emails that had come from the schools, and it got to Wednesday and I thought, eek, I haven't got anything. So they had to wear something spotty or something kind of related to children in need. Now children in need, there's like a Pudsey the bear, there's like the, I don't know what you call it, the mascot, if you like, for the Children in Need charity. And so I'll pop up image if I can find one up here of him. So he's yellow. So I thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to find something for them? So I had a bit of a rummage in my stash, which isn't particularly huge, but I found a piece of fabric that I thought was ideal. Now I'm just going to grab a little offcut here. It is a piece of yellow spotty with white spots jersey fabric. This is not a particularly nice quality fabric. It's definitely got polyester in. It doesn't press very well. It wasn't particularly nice to sew with. I'd been given this piece of fabric along with another piece of fabric by a friend who doesn't sew, but at some point a good number of years ago, probably 10 years ago or something, had bought some fabric with the idea that she was going to make something. She never did, and so she gave it to me. So it's been in my stash for a little while, and I thought at some point I'd may find a use for it. Well, Wednesday was the day, so I cut out 2 Raglan Raglan Explorer t-shirts, which is a Waves and Wild pattern, which I've used many times before, so I already had the pattern cut, so that I could just cut that out of this fabric and get it sewn up. And I've just used some jersey ribbing cuffing, tubular ribbon cuffing for the neckband, and I've sewn up those 2 t-shirts, and the boys have gone off in their t-shirts today. They were quite pleased. Obviously it's a good sort of Pudsey yellow colour and the spots, so I think it kind of fit the bill, even if it wasn't the nicest quality, and therefore my sewing skills weren't the best either. When I sort of turned up the hem on the sleeves and you know, at the waist, it was a bit lumpy bumpy, shall we say, because of this particular fabric, but hey ho, it served a purpose, and I'm sure my boys won't really notice, and I'm sure people won't be looking that closely at my stitching. So that's another thing that I wasn't anticipating to make this week, but I whipped up. Now the other thing that I've been doing besides my Gift to November makes is I finally cut out the coat that I'm sewing up for my husband. Now this has been, I've been waffling on about this coat for absolutely forever, so I've cut it out and I've made a start. I haven't done too much because I had to stop for the t-shirts and some of the Christmas gifts, but I have done a bit of stay stitching. I've done a little bit of work on the preparation for the pockets and things, so I hope that over the next few weeks that will start to come together a little bit more. I generally don't tend to, I tend to be somebody that I might batch cut out a number of projects, but I tend to work on, in terms of sewing one up, I tend to, you know, I will start sewing and I will do it until I finish it. But it just, at this sort of time of year when there's sort of quite a lot going on, I've had to park it a little bit. So those are the things that I have been sewing up. So next up, I've got a few fabrics to show you. Last week Pam Fabrics had a sort of discount that they were doing for I think it was for Remembrance Day, and they had 10% off. Now I haven't ever seen Pam Fabrics do any sort of form of discounts because their fabric is always sort of so reasonably priced. So I just happened to notice, because I had gone on to have a look at some ribbing fabrics and things, and I saw that there was 10% off, and it ran out in about 20 minutes from when I had looked, so I needed to get going. So I very quickly thought about anything that I had been thinking that I would be picking up from them. So I've done a bit of a jersey haul, all plain fabrics, some ribbing, some sweatshirting, not a huge amount of fabrics, but obviously because they're sweatshirting it looks quite substantial. So the first piece is just a metre of black ribbing. Quite boring but quite essential, one of those things that is good to have in the stash because I'm always, you know, reaching for some ribbing. I've then got some grey ribbing, and to go with that I've got some grey sweatshirting fabric. Now I sewed up some jogging bottoms for my two boys, and they have been a great success, and they've both said that they'd like some more, so I've got a metre of that, so I'm hoping to get both boys out some tracksuit bottoms from that one. Definitely for my older son, because he's much more in need of some trousers because he keeps growing, whereas my younger son has got lots of hand-me-down stuff still. But so that definitely the priority is my older son, with hopefully squeezing out some for my younger son as well. And then I have bought some other sweatshirting in this gorgeous sort of bottle green colour. Now this is for a gift for somebody. I'm not going to go into any details about patterns or anything. I don't want to give any kind of games away, but this I've got the sort of coordinating ribbing. It's very slightly tonally not the same, but I don't think that matters too much. I don't think it looks bad. I think they tie in quite nicely. So those are the fabrics that I have bought recently. So in terms of plans for the coming week, I'd really like to make some progress on the parka coat for my husband, and also to start making some more of my gifts for a gift to November. So next week, if you join me, hopefully I will have sewn up some of those and be able to show you some more of what I've been up to. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, I'd really love it if you would consider doing so. Let me know what you're making. Let me know whether you're joining in with the hashtag gift to November. As I say, don't forget to watch tomorrow's video. But until next time, take care. Happy sewing. Bye bye.